loyal viewer, Mrs. Trim. Since its inception in 1955, you haven't missed a program.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dennis Norden.
Thank you. Hello. And surely there is no clearer illustration of mankind's eternal and unquenchable optimism than the phrase, "See if there's anything better on the other channel." If you agree, then welcome to the first of 3 programs, taking a purely personal and wholly affectionate glance back at some of the comedy that other channel's been shoveling out since it was brought into being back in September 1955. But before any of you start getting all misty-eyed about the idea of ITV's 40th birthday, let me point out their actual date of birth was yesterday, the 22nd of September. They're just pretending it's today, apparently, to get a better horoscope. Anyway, seeing that the 40 years has spanned 5 decades, let's begin with a swift sampling of comedy from each of them. The first being from one of ITV's very earliest shows.
When you're feeling low down and you can't find romance, leap into a dustbin and dance. When your friends forsake you and you can't find romance, jump into a dustbin and dance. Throw out all that rubbish, show them you don't care. When they come to empty it won't be there. When you've got no trousers with ragged underpants, just leap into the dustbin and dance.
Could take the lid off this pickle jar for me.
Yeah,
of course.
Certainly, Miss.
Thank you, Alan. Can you manage?
You've gone very red.
Won't budge.
Oh.
Oh, but isn't it marvellous? All these weeks of training, you can't get the lid off a pickle jar. Come on, give it here. Oh, God. It's all a question of pressure, Miss Jones.
Oh.
You all right, Rixby?
Hang on. Oh, no, you won't budge that, Miss Jones. I'm afraid it's got a cross thread.
May I try?
No, you won't move that. We need a vice. I must have loosened it.
Oh. I didn't realize you were so strong. Come downstairs. You can be the first to indulge.
That's the thing at supermarkets, the checkout counters. Always at checkout counter where they have the diet magazines. What is that? Hannah Gordon grinning out at me, telling me how to lose. As if I care at that stage, you know. I just put enough cholesterol in my trolley to kill a whale. Because I live opposite these thin people, I can't stand them always telling me what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat. Always saying, you mustn't eat fried food, you know. What else are you meant to do with it? That's what I want to know. I put it in my trousers, go for a little walk, try and get rid of it. And into fitness, of course, aren't they? They come around and said, I don't know if you noticed, but we go running every day. I said, I noticed you come back as well, don't you?
You do the answering phrases. Answering phrases.
Right.
We were sailing along.
Just a minute. What's answering phrases? What is it?
Answering phrases?
Yeah.
But we sing the first part and then you repeat it.
Oh.
We were sailing along.
You don't want me to know the answering phrases, just repeat it.
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
Right then. All right? Yes, get in. Yeah. Right? Sorry about that, no light.
We were sailing along. The answering phrase. Where were you? We were halfway through.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't have known. Yeah.
We were sailing along.
And you were sailing
No. We were sailing along.
Oh, I'm not with you.
Of course you were.
We're all in the same boat.
That's right.
I see. Is Moonlight with us?
Yes.
It'll go down a bit at the end, won't it?
Don't forget
very much. I got the dry lip.
Yeah.
We were sailing along. We were sailing along.
On Moonlight Bay.
We were sailing
You're supposed to sing Moonlight Bay. Moonlight Bay. Yes. You repeat what we sing.
I see. Right.
I'm sorry about this.
It's quite all right. Sorry about that, Moonlight.
We were sailing along.
We were sailing along.
On Moonlight Bay.
On Moonlight Bay.
We could hear the voices ringing.
We could hear the voices singing.
Time behind.
Yeah, but I haven't finished my bit yet.
But wait a minute, wait. Will you tell him he's got to get in quicker?
You've got to get in quicker. Oh, I've got to get in quicker.
Yeah, I just told him.
Sorry about that, Moonlight.
Where
Wait, from we could hear the voices ring. Oh, from the top. Yes. Right. We
could hear the voices ringing.
The voices ringing. They seem to say.
They seem to say.
Hey, you have stolen my heart.
You have stolen. Oh, wait a minute.
You couldn't top that with the Halle Orchestra. Well, going back to that opening day in 1955, the very first programme ITV put out showed their top executives at a Guildhall banquet making solemn speeches of dedication. But the first intentionally funny stuff came in the next programme, a variety show called Channel 9, because that was where one of the star comedians of the time, Derek Roy, greeted those new independent television viewers with the words, "Hello, deserters," thus setting a standard of comedy ITV's been trying to live up to ever since. What's more, as we'll see in this next compilation, television itself has remained a favourite comedy target. In fact, one of ITV's earliest sitcoms was set in a flat on Associated Rediffusion's roof, from which Arthur and Dickie transmitted commercials for the local tradesmen.
Mr. Brisket, this is Mr. Murdoch here. What are you pushing this week? Perambulators.
Silly old fellow.
I see wines and spirits and minerals. All right, you look at your telly and see what we're going to do for you. Goodbye, Mr. Biscuit.
Okay,
we get
position.
Ta-da, 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 ta-da!
It looks like. It smells like. It tastes like. It can't be.
It is.
When people first got a telly in Liverpool, it was a status symbol. And, you'd walk in, they'd say, "Come in, sit down, shut up, it's on." And even if you didn't have a telly, you would get an aerial on the roof and let people think you had a television. Oh, yes, and my dad used to make us all sit in the parlour with our backs to the window. So people would say, "Oh, look, they've got a television in there, look."
You know the thing I enjoy? The way they name television shows. Saturday Night Spectacular. Sunday night at the Palladium. Even if you don't enjoy the show, at least you know what day it is.
Hey, we've got a bit of a quiz game on for you tonight. When we first started this game, they all said we should have a quiz of some sort, I didn't fancy it, this double your pick or whatever it is. I like that yes-no interlude. I'm very good at that. I am. Evelyn. Evelyn. Evelyn? What do you want? It is Evelyn, isn't it? You know very well it is. You are married, aren't you? What's it got to do with you? How many children? 6. 6? Yeah. And the next one right in here, please. I knew you'd never make it. You've missed the 5 bob. What 5 bob? What are you on about? My new competition, my yes-no competition. Why, I didn't even know you were playing it. Oh, don't give me that. You were beaten fair and square. Let me have a go at you, then. You want to have a go at me? Yeah. You do? Yeah. Of the brain of Britain, 1938. Times crossword, 3 minutes. All right, have a go. Go on, I don't mind. You ready? Yes. You've lost.
A thing I haven't noticed in England, which is a very, very good thing, well, that is, it's a good thing you haven't got it, is in Scotland they say, well, that's all from television tonight. I bid you all a very, very good night. And especially those of you who live alone. Should have just reminded them. Some of them are terrifying, they say. And those of you who live alone, don't forget to lock the windows and stuff like that. And make sure the flamethrower's working. And the Doberman pincher's got the elastic band round the willy. Keep it I always wanted to be in charge of that bit of the programme. Especially those of you who live alone. For God's sake, don't look behind you! Don't turn round!
Of course, the engagingly diffident Mr. Connolly. Well, the ongoing problem posed by this exercise in comedy archaeology was what to do about those constantly changing codes of propriety known as PC and non-PC. Should we obey yesterday's conventions or today's? It was a question that required really thoughtful evasion. But fortunately, some of the more dubious comedy topics haven't really altered down the years. The theme of men being absolutely rotten to women, for instance. See for yourself, starting way back with one of the first Have You Noticed comedians as the perennial saloon bar know-all.
You're not worried about your missus, are you? Well, she will be wondering where I am. I wouldn't give it a second thought. Do you know where she is? Yes. What the heck are you worried about? Won't you have your supper ready when you get home? Oh, I shouldn't think so. Well, I wouldn't stand for that. I say I wouldn't stand for that. See, you want to let her get to sleep, make her get up and cook your supper. And then don't eat it.
Oh, don't kiss me, sis. You'll catch flu.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You're my wife, aren't you? And I love you. If I want to kiss you, I'll kiss you.
Oh, Sid.
Dermot, this is stupid. I've only just split up with Mike.
I'm just showing you what it'd be like if you went out with
Yes,
me.
but it never stays like this. How long would the flowers last? A week? A month?
They'd last forever. They're plastic.
I'm going to do a song tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to sing a song which, oh, God. No, don't. No, don't. She'll get me into trouble, please. No, don't. Oh, she's a funny woman. She knows she can't hear very well. She has this impediment of the ear, and she's a bit miserable, you know. Only some people are happy sufferers, but she's, you know, she's bitter with it, you know. No, don't laugh. It might be one of your own. Don't laugh. Poor soul. Now, yes, it is. It's chilly tonight, yes. Poor old soul, she's past it. Well, now, listen. We'll do a song now. Do a song. Do a song now! Do a song now, yes. Oh, she's a burden. I can't.
Laura, you are a very beautiful woman.
I'm not beautiful.
I mean spiritually.
underneath Hackney Marshes. It's all going to be mine. But surely Hackney Marshes is public land. In fact, as a lawyer, I wouldn't be at all surprised if it didn't belong to the London Borough of Hackney. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was room inside your head for a three-piece suite, Piers. Of course it belongs to Hackney, but fortunately the leader of the council has the serious hots for me. I don't suppose you've ever had a really rude black woman, have you? No, but I once had a child lady from Gambia who insisted on calling me Mr. Wobbly Bottom. Georgina, hello! Whoppin', big bitch, it's Alan Rastaman Bastadia. Check out the love power, girl. Well, what time did she get back from lunch?
We had a tragic circumstance at home because he said his wife wasn't talking to him anymore. It's very alarming when the people at 80 don't talk to each other. Well, you know, it was during the war, near the end of the war. And I don't know what it was. I fancied I heard a buzz bomb. And I threw myself on my wife in the street. And she never forgave me because...
Would I accept a long-distance call, reverse charge from Saint-Tropez? I said I don't even know the fella.
Well, I mean, you can't go on paying for calls from impoverished saints.
Exactly, but it turned out that what he meant was Saint-Tropez, the Riviera haunt of rich and famous.
Oh, yes, where the busty beauties sun themselves on the golden beaches.
International playground, yes, yes. And there was a Miss Bridget Bardo on the line, you see.
Not again.
Yeah, Bridget was on the line again. And you know her, don't you? Roger Vadim's former protege.
The Gallic symbol.
Yeah, the well-known Gallic symbol, you see, asking to talk to me. So I said, all right, put her on if you must, you know. The voice come on the phone, wailing, saying, oh, ma chérie, oh, ma chérie.
Omar Sharif, he lives in Saudi Arabia.
No, I'm not talking about the dusky charmer of Funny Girl fame and fortune so much as French for oh my darling, oh ma chérie.
Oh, ma chérie.
Anyway, Bridget was coming out with the usual continental rubbish, you know. Would I catch a night flight to Cannes? She'd meet me at the airport in the Rolls Royce. We'd go back to the yacht and dance and drink and make love and everything like that. The usual empty, boring show business click-crap.
Usual rampant frog patter.
Exactly. I said, look, Bridget, we've had our laughs. We've had our fun. We've had our kicks. We've had our thrills. We've quaffed deep of the cup of love. Right. But now it's over. C'est fini.
C'est fini.
But she wouldn't take that for an answer. She went mad, wailing and moaning on the phone, beating her breasts against the receiver.
Should be exhibited afresh to each new generation. But we're coming up to a break now, but don't go far, because when we reappear, it'll be with the likes of George and Mildred, Hilda Baker, Kenneth Williams, The Army Game, John Cleese, and many more ITV comedy pieces I thought you'd like to see again. Or equally important, I knew I'd like to see again. Till then.
Here's a little thing with a piece of black paper. I'll make the paper into a cone, and then I'm going to pour some milk into it. Very good for you, milk. It quenches your thirst, and it makes blood, which is marvellous if you're bloodthirsty. I'll fill it up like this. There we are. And you'll never believe it. See that? Ah!
Thank you, please, all round the room. That was our band rehearsing. Hope you enjoyed it. First prize in the raffle tonight is a diving suit. First prize in the raffle tonight is a divan suite.
I missed that show. Well, something admired by every student of the type of comedy known as double entendre is ITV's seemingly limitless capacity for packing two or more meanings into the space normally occupied by one. So here then a few choice pickings from that 40-year crop. The first, as you might expect, from the star whose career left absolutely no entendre undoable.
Bianca Malone weighs 38 stone. She's got eyes like rissoles in the snow. She comes from St. Kitts, got a big pair of mitts. She can lay John Conti out with one blow. Now when she plays in the sand, the tide light goes out and refuses to come back until she's gone. One day she bent down to pick up half the crown, and we had an eclipse of the sun.
Are you fully insured?
What? It's not dangerous, is it?
I mean, supposing you got run over by a bus?
What, while I'm changing my shirt?
Any time.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got a small endowment.
Yes.
I said, I've got a word in your ear. I said, first of all, I said, what about your cakes? Your fondants? I said, I haven't had a decent fondant for months. I said, when did I last have a cream horn? I can't remember.
I know these are difficult times, but I think the moment has come for you to consider using your basic assets.
My what?
I know this is a desperate step, but have you considered selling your goodwill?
My goodwill?
Between you and I could probably put a few would-be clients your way.
What are you trying to insert? I'd have you know that I am a maiden lady, untouched by human hand. And I can say that without fear of contraception.
Stuck me cigarette on this guy's arm, kicked the door and walked into this swell apartment. And there, lying on a satin bed, is the most beautiful dame in the world. From head to foot, wearing pink earrings and a black slinky niggaligee that doesn't hide anything. And brother, there's plenty to not hide. Slowly, she sits up, never taking her eyes off me, when suddenly, kersplam, kerbam, a slug shatters the window and... God, what happened? Hello? Somebody's torn the rest of the chapter out.
See, madam, the painted jade. Itinerant gammon. She doesn't need powder. Got polyfiller.
Oh, sorry, I can't help it.
Never been the same since you joined us.
No, true. We shall never be able to replace Madge, you see.
I'd left a membership Madge there. That woman was a saint. A positive cherubim. Fingers like an angel. The things she could do with an upright. Not the Chevrolet. I don't have either of them for very long. Yeah, I can never forget that afternoon. It's etched.
Oh, now, come on.
Pull yourself together, how can I ever forget it? We just brought the student prince to a climax. And we were poised. Ready to launch out of the vagabond king. And she was slipped on a fandango. Well done, cow.
For those of you who might not have recognized the lady at the piano with her hair done differently and her hyphen hidden away, Olivia Newton-John. Well, moving remorselessly even further back in time, our next selection comes from ITV's formative years, the 1960s, that fizzing decade that gave us sex, drugs, miniskirts, rock and roll, and all the other things that are still keeping your grandmother young. So let's begin it with a name check of the entertainers around then, from an almost creaseless Des.
You've seen Shirley Bassey, you've seen Gracie Fields, Ted Ray, Will Hay, Max Hall, Les Paul, Mireille Mathieu and Tanya Two and Frankie Vaughan and Susan Moore, Harry Tate and Nono Winner, Donna Pierce and Vera Lynn, Larry Parks and Alfred Marks, Nat Mills and Bobby, Tito Gobby, Charlie Drake and Dora Bryan and Phoebe Daniels and Ben Lyon, lots of names like Jimmy James and Matt Monroe, Windy Blow, Sammy Davis, Eartha Kitt and Danny Kaye, Albert Wheeler, Archie Pitt and Eddie Gray, Billy Daniels, Howard Keel and Johnny Ray, Tommy Trinder, Joseph Locke and Jimmy Gray and Martha Ray and Francis Day and Edith Leah Moore, the Dallas Boys and Leslie Noyes and Derek Ryan.
Very well, which one is your picture, Dunstable?
Do you like it, sir?
Very, very much indeed,
It's
Dunstable.
my Auntie Nora, who lives in the country, who I go to stay with sometimes.
Yes, that's really very, very good, Dunstable.
Tell me, didn't you have room to paint your Aunt Nora's legs at the bottom?
No. So I done them on the other side.
Come in. Molotov. Not today, thank you. No, you don't understand. You see, I've come about the job. Job? Yeah. Are you the econ that wants a Jewish trouser maker? Yes. Well, you don't want one anymore because I'm here. You? You come for the job? Of course. Did you ever hear of an Irish stew? Yes. It's thick with meat and potatoes and
We used to live in a water tank on rubbish tip. Every morning we'd be woke up by having a load of rotting fish dumped on us. House.
Well, when I said house, I mean 'twere only hole in ground covered by a couple of foot of torn canvas. But it were house to us. Oh, well, we were evicted from our hole in the ground. We had to go and live in the lake. Hey, you were lucky to have a lake. There are over 150 of us living in a small shoebox in the middle of the road.
A cardboard box?
Right.
Oh, you were lucky. We lived for 3 months in a rolled-up newspaper in a septic tank. Every morning we'd have to get up at 6, clean out rolled-up newspaper, eat a crust of stale bread, then we'd have to work 14 hours at mill, day in, day out, for 6pence a week. And then when we'd come home, Dad would thrash us to sleep with his belt.
Luxury. We used to get up at 3, clean the lake, eat a handful of hot gravel, then we'd work in mill for 20 hours for 2pence a month, then we'd come home and Dad would beat us about the head and neck with a broken bottle. If we were lucky. Paradise.
We had it tough. I used to have to get out at shoebox at midnight, lick road clean, eat a couple of bits of cold gravel, work 23 hours a day at mill for a penny every 4 years, and when we got home, Dad used to slice us in half with a bread knife.
Right. We used to get up in the morning at 10:30 at night, half an hour before we gone to bed. Eat a lump of poison, work 29 hours a day at mill for 8 lifetime, come home and each night Dad would strangle us and dance about on our graves.
All right, and you try and tell that to the young people of today. Will they believe you? No.
There's a social document for you. Well, as you probably noticed, we've confined ourselves to ransacking variety programs and sitcoms for this revision course. We didn't look through any of ITV's game shows, chat shows, or so-called people shows for fear of bringing on the dreaded laughter overload. But we did pay particular attention to shows that have earned a special place in the comedy crypt, as for instance, the first in our next bunch, because back in the early 60s, when an industrial dispute forced Sunday Night at the London Palladium off the air, Bruce Forsyth and Norman Wisdom, to whom the dispute didn't apply, volunteered to perform a whole show by themselves with just the orchestra. And after rehearsing 13 hours a day for 12 days, they came up with a 2-man hour of comedy that is still a landmark.
Just for two of us.
Champagne. It's frozen solid. I put it in the freezer.
Wait for it to melt.
No, he can't. It's expanded and the bottle's split. I could kill myself. Oh, knickers.
Listen, please, I'd love a cup of tea.
No, you're just saying that.
No, honest. You can have champagne any day.
Now you're being nice about it, and that makes it worse.
No, I'm not nice at all, honest.
You are. You're wonderful.
Oh, Bernard, you're so sweet. Come here.
And there we were doing all this in Singapore, and we were stationed at Nee Soon. It was an army camp, a transit camp, and yet we were all ostensibly entertainers, though we were all in the forces. Peter was in the RAF, Stanley Baxter was Army, I was Army. We were all Army, but we were supposed to entertain, and the OC lined us up and said, now, because you're entertainers, I understand you have to all act, that's fine, but I want you to go about behaving like soldiers. I will not have a lot of this effeminacy and mincing about. And you could hear in the back row, get the madam. Quiet!
Harold, you must go. You don't want to be late for the bank manager.
No, dear, no, I don't want to be late for the bank manager.
And you must take a pill before you go.
No, please don't stop fussing about the pills.
Harold, the doctor told me to insist. Now, there you are. Go on.
What a marriage. She wears the pants and he takes the pills.
And now, in the inner foyer, Clovisa, the manager's little daughter, is about to make the customary presentation to her Grace. The Duchess gracefully accepts a beef burger with onions. Rather a tense moment then. However, there was no threat to her Grace's safety. It seems the man was an autograph hunter, unfamiliar with the protocol of such an occasion. For the first time ever, we are privileged to hear the conversation between our distinguished guest and a few of the show business personalities who, like her Grace, are enjoying an evening at the picture. She's chatting now with my Lady Dietrich and probably thinking of her own famous grammar.
More rain about, I think. Awfully good for the gardens, though. What a lovely garden. Is it Norman Hartnell's?
No, it's my own.
That's something. Cheerio.
Then you claim to have been the founder member of the Beatles. Is that true? How do you feel about their current success since they dropped you? If I had a hammer. But when I talked to Paul McCartney, he said he'd never heard of you. He said you were a liar and a fake. What do you advise me to do about that? Don't talk to him. Your publicity says you're tough, you never change your clothes, you never wash. How is it you haven't got more fans?
The answer, my friend,
But I mean, you should have lots of Merseyside fans. Liverpool is a growing city. Last year, the birth rate was 22% higher than before.
don't blame me.
Just how many members, I was going to ask you, are there in your fan club?
Maybe millions of people.
How many?
There are hundreds and thousands of girls.
How many?
101.
How many?
76.
How many?
Only 15.
How many? Hello, Mother.
Who was to know he'd turn into a cultural icon? Well, another break on its way now, but when we're allowed back, part 3 will be slightly less slanted towards the there and then and slightly more towards the here and now. But first...
Lay those crazy adverts on me!
Surrender.
Barrymore, they're calling in the military. And next up on this highly subjective skimming of the cream, here's a compilation from one of ITV's most prolific decades, the 1970s. The first excerpt demonstrating that although most sitcoms bear about as much relation to reality as This Is Your Life does to biography, there have been some glimmers. Notably, the series that had Richard Beckinsale and Paula Wilcox exploring that painful predicament, First Love.
Do you remember earlier when I mentioned knowing about 20 girls sort of very, very particularly well?
Some men have got it, Geoffrey, and some weren't even in the queue when they were dishing it out.
Well, I think I might have tended to give the impression of having more than I've actually got. I was probably using round figures to illustrate a point.
You mean you were really telling lies?
Well, not exactly lies, Beryl.
And not exactly about 20 girls?
Oh, well, not exactly about 20.
About 12. 6?
3.
3.
Nearly 3.
You mean 2?
Nearly 3. Nearly Monica Dyson. Very nearly Pam Wilde. And very, very nearly a girl I met at Scarborough.
So you've never actually... You haven't, have you?
Well, I'm very well up on the theory, Beryl, and once you've...
I don't wish to criticize, dear. Have you always talked like that?
Well, of course I have, yeah.
How amusing.
Morning. Morning. Are you Mr. Snest?
Who?
Robin Snest. Him.
No, look, you see, that is... Look, I don't believe this.
Look at that. Now to get a little apart, I saw you do a little shake like this, and then drop apart in front of your very Just drop apart in front of you. Oh! What about that?
Where the hell is everybody? What do they expect you to do here? Just wait in the non-emergency section until nature takes its course?
I do think you ought to take this chair back, madam. I feel like a criminal.
Come on now, Russ.
Oh, good morning.
Hello. Sorry to bother you, but my butler and I have been waiting here for about 20 minutes. A little like London transport, isn't it?
Extremely busy this evening.
I know. I've never seen such a crowd. What is it, an epidemic?
Who told you you could sit in that wheelchair?
Actually,
Permission from sister?
No, but Mrs.
Just don't go around confiscating wheelchairs. Take it back where you found it.
I do have an ankle injury.
You should have thought of that before you took it. Very well, only next time ask permission first. We don't want anarchy, do we? What's wrong with you?
What are you, on a commission?
Oh, I went out with a boy one night who I thought that I could trust. But as we came home, he said with a groan, I must kiss your lips or bust.
And what did you say, and what did you do to preserve your maidenly vows?
I said, we'll make it the lips tonight, because I'm wearing a high-neck blouse.
Two Ronnies, about a year before they became the two Ronnies. Well, with ITV's past now encompassing 40 years worth of variety and sitcoms, One anniversary hour is obviously not enough to cover all of them, which is why many of the shows and performers are being held over for our 2 companion programmes later in the year. Meantime, though, a few fleeting reminders or brief re-encounters.
Oh, I'll be glad to get home.
Excuse me for butting in, old chap, but I could not help overhearing. You have not enjoyed your holiday?
Have we met?
Excuse me. Permit me to introduce myself. Heinz Stallmer.
German?
Yeah.
I see.
From Baden-Baden. Oh. And you?
Henry Duckworth from Twickenham.
And an ordinary scene in an ordinary street. And ladies, this could easily happen to you. You look that side, and I'll look this side. Look out, kid. Hello, girls. Beautiful day, isn't it? All out? Yeah. My turn. Look out, man, look out.
This one is by the famous Russian composer rips its corsets off. And I want you to notice, ladies know that I'm playing from music. I'm not mucking about busking or strumming or making it up as I go along. I'm one of the old school, I understand, although it's not just tadpoles on telephone wires to me. Understand all the difficult words. They print your andante cantabile, sforzando, strepitoso, pizzicato. I can play pizzicato. I can play in any condition.
So I made my way downstairs. The stairs lead the way down onto the street, you know. They lead all the way up, too, of course. Save them, I mean, 2 stairways there.
You get the drunk driving his car 60 miles an hour right down the road. Hits a patch of oil, goes right through a fence, turns over 6 times. A policeman runs over, pulls him out of the car. He says, "You drunk?" He says, "Of course I am. What do you think I am, a stunt man?"
Hello, Mr. Haines. What did you want to see me about?
The common market.
Well, what do you want to know about the common market, Mr. Haines?
Well, what about the Japs? Are they going to be in it?
The Japanese are not Europeans, Mr. Haines.
No, I'm not saying they are, but I don't want them in the common market, that's all. I mean, I've got nothing against them, but I just don't want them in the common market.
Well, they won't be able to join because they're not Europeans.
Well, they're not at the moment, mate, but you want to watch them.
Away. It was my husband's last wish that he should not be seen dead at this party.
Still comes up new. Well, it's nearly time to say farewell, deserters. But before we lay the clips back in lavender, I do hope at least 1 or 2 of them gave you what an aunt of mine used to call a good remember, even if they only reminded you just how much younger and nicer you were when you first saw them. Anyway, the bunch that sees us off is the one that'll bring us up to date. Some 80s and 90s highlights.
We're having a great day out round town today. We've done a lot. Tried shoes on, had salad. It's our day off from the supermarket. You know, cheap save. We both work there. Kimberley chops meat. Right big bits. But don't chop them, just snaps them in 2. I'm on pricing. Like if Mrs. Gupta on our till, she gets, say, a red cabbage unpriced. She goes, "Red cabbage, how much?" And I go, "Red cabbage, no idea." It's quite a responsibility.
Ready?
Do you want to make this film or don't you?
Yeah.
No. Let Hans lead the action. You just grab what he gives you.
Amanda, move. So I just feed off him.
Right. Positions, please. Quiet on the set. And action.
Mammy, tear down those curtains and make me a dress.
I got my hair cut because I wanted to attract, like, the opposite sex. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want to do, you know. Well, all right, well, I know it's impossible, but... no, I do, and because I don't know, I find it very difficult to get a girl, you know, because I try and do all the best I can. What do you think of the suit? It's actually catalogue stuff, this. It never looks like it does in the catalogue when you get it, though, does it? This is a lawnmower, this.
When there are grey skies.
What don't you mind?
I don't mind those grey skies.
What do I do, Dotty?
You make them blue.
Glue?
Blue.
I can't say glue.
Who the hell's asked you to say glue? I never said a word about glue.
I can say stick tight.
What has stick tight got to do with it?
It's glue.
I know it's glue! I know it is, I'll glue the song!
You're shouting.
I'm not shouting.
I'm soaking wet.
You're not soaking wet. Don't make a joke of it.
You're losing your rag.
I'm not losing my rag. Just get on with the song. There's no glue in this. It's a song about colours.
I can say green.
I don't want you to say green either. Done the song. Just do the song as is.
As is.
Yes, as is, as it is, as it was, as it was. It might do it. Just do the song as is.
As is.
Yes.
What's my name?
Sonny boy. Friends may forsake me.
Ooh. What can they do, Glue?
Let them all forsake me.
Who you got in the end?
I still have you.
What is my name, as is?
Sonny boy. You're sent from heaven.
You're right, cock.
I know your worth.
You're ugly.
You've made a heaven for me right here on earth.
I want to go to the gents.
They're not the only one. And when I'm old and grey, dear.
What do you mean, when?
Promise you won't stray, dear.
Gonna be sick.
'Cause I love you so.
What is my name, as is?
Sonny boy.
That was a funny show.
Yes, it was. I wonder if they meant it that way.